more time under tension, working on that metabolic stress to induce that muscular hypertrophy. Remember, when you're working with your body weight, the mechanical tension isn't going to be there, so you're only going to be left with the two other factors to stimulate muscle growth.
None of y'all stopping me, don't need the axe. Chopping trees, planting seeds, plotting schemes, crossing lines, dotting T's. Lines are blurred, I cannot see. Before I die, I'm top 3. Before I die, I'm top 3.
He's telling me how many reps I gotta do. Okay. Okay. Alright guys, starting the routine off, we're gonna start with muscle up practice. I got the light green band on, and again, we're just gonna be working clean form, 3 sets of 5. Probably do the first 2 sets of the band, and the third set do body. But again, I'm trying to keep it ideal, strict form, minimal hip flexion, minimal kipping. So remember, a muscle up is going to be a pull and a push, but it's going to be a vertical pull. So like I said, it's going to be more of a vertical focused pull workout. We start with muscle ups. Let's get it. 1 foot in the band like always. So if you guys are wondering why I always keep 1 foot in the band as opposed to 2, it's because it teaches you to keep that other leg tight and your whole body in a line. I hate when I see people doing sloppy reps and their legs come apart and they start kicking in the air. If your both feet are in the band prevents you from doing that. Alright, nice clean 5, trying to keep the legs as straight as possible, minimizing any kipping from the legs or any hip flexion, and try to avoid any kipping at the bottom. Clean reps only. Again, I'm still weighing around 172 pounds now. Into my cut, not fully as lean as I want to be, so stay tuned for when we get lean in the summertime. 2 more rounds, let's go. So look, if you're still out there doing sloppy muscle-ups, and you've been doing muscle-ups for, if you could do a muscle-up, you've been training them for a while now, and they're not looking clean, get your ego out of the picture, throw yourself in the band, and clean up your reps so you can make your body weight reps look like your banded reps. Simple as that, guys. Get the ego out of it. Train smart and hard, but train effectively, guys. Alright, 2 sets with the light band. Third set, I'm going to go body weight. Taking about 3 to 4 minute rest in between each set here. Remember, trying to really focus on technique work, not trying to get into the set fatigued or, tired. That's going to lead to sloppy reps. When you want to get better at a skill, it's just like strength training. You got to go into the set fresh, recovered, less chance for injury, and again, clean form. Once the form and the technique starts to break down, you end the set. All right, guys, third set, no more band. Try to get a clean 5 body. All these calisthenic exercises, you're going to become more and more efficient at it. So training them at a heavier body weight is going to be more advantageous to you in the long run when you're trying to cut and lean out. Everything will get easier. 3 sets of 5, first vertical pull exercise of the day. More to come, let's go. All right guys, 3 sets, muscle ups done. Moving on to another vertical pull. We're going to actually do body weight pull-ups now. We're going to go for 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 20 repetitions. Full range of motion, full lockout, full chin over the bar, not trying to rush through them, and not trying to bounce with momentum. Full and controlled reps, 3 sets, strict 2-minute breaks here. So I don't care if the reps drop off each set. We're trying to accumulate now more fatigue, more time under tension, working on that metabolic stress to induce that muscular hypertrophy. Remember, when you're working with your body weight, the mechanical tension isn't going to be there, so you're only going to be left with the 2 other factors to stimulate muscle growth: metabolic stress and muscle damage. Muscle damage comes from a lot of negatives, slow negatives. Metabolic stress comes from high repetition, short break periods, pumping those muscles with blood, fluid. Let's get it. First set. Alright guys, like I said, we're going to be doing body weight pull-ups here. Only body weight. I have not really been doing any weighted pull-ups as of late. But I've been stimulating the back, and honestly I can say my back is probably the biggest and the strongest that it's ever been lately. And that's literally due, I've been doing a lot of deadlifts, a lot of front lever training, right? And front lever is going to be an extremely advanced pull exercise. And I always neglected a horizontal rowing compared to the vertical pulling like I'm doing here. So now that I've been doing a lot more front lever work, all that horizontal pulling is, you know, taking its toll on my back in a good way. All right, 14 reps in the first set. You can see coming to full lockout, not dead hanging, not pausing at the bottom. As soon as we hit lockout, as soon as we're fully stretched in that eccentric position, pulling back over explosively but under control. 1 second concentric, nice 2 to 3 second eccentric for a nice 3 to 4 second rep. 14 reps in the first set. Like I said, strict 2-minute breaks here. I don't care if I have a drop off in reps. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Second set. So I want you guys to pay attention to the tempo here. You can see I pull up fast and I come down nice and controlled. Like I said in that previous clip, the second my lats are fully stretched and fully lengthened, I pull back up. Not dead hanging. When you dead hang, the lats stay under tension, but not active tension. Here, they stay under active tension the whole time. The second we come to lockout, we pull back up. These slow eccentrics, that's what causes the muscle damage. All right, I only caught 10. Like I said, I wanted to catch 12 to 20. Like I said, as we get fatigued, the shorter the break periods, I don't care. As long as I hit a minimum of 6 to 20 reps, you're gonna really, regardless if you're slowing down those reps, you're gonna induce that metabolic stress and that mechanical tension. As long as you're controlling the reps and you're keeping the break period short, you're gonna induce that muscular hypertrophy. Remember, there's mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. Those are the 3 drivers of muscle growth, or aka hypertrophy. Mechanical tension, that only comes with added load over time. So like I said in previous videos, if you're not gaining 5 to 10 pounds of body weight in between every session where you're gonna go train body weight, that mechanical tension is not gonna be there. So you gotta induce the other 2 forms of muscle damage and metabolic stress to increase that muscle growth. Let's go, set 3. Set. I'm gonna go for one more set just because the volume is relatively low than I thought. I wanted to get at least 12, but I dropped off to 10 on those last 2 sets. So I'll go 4 total sets, 2-minute break. I'm telling you right now, my lats are lit. When you're really focusing on those eccentrics, slow break, when you're leaving the muscles filled with fluid, pumped up, and not letting them, you know, not letting the lactic acid disperse really in between the break periods. When you go back up, that burn's gonna hit you quick. And the set is going to get uncomfortable, but those are the effective sets, those are the effective reps where you build muscle. 1 more to go. Let's go. 4th set. Look at that, that was 8.5 reps. Wasn't even getting my chin over on the 9th rep, so that's literally taking the set to full technical failure. I could have kipped over, I could have tried to explode, got some momentum to get myself over. Like I said, I'm trying to keep form strict here on everything today. So the first 2 pull movements, vertical focused pulling. Now we're gonna move on to a horizontal pulling exercise. Let's go. All right, moving on to our first horizontal exercise. We're gonna be doing tucked front lever pull-ups. You guys see me doing this a lot lately with bands, full front lever on the rings, band assisted. Now we're gonna do the regression, the body weight variation. So if you guys are just trying to build up your front lever pulling strength, and you don't have a full front lever yet, you guys can do this tucked variation. You'll find the lower bar. Alright guys, so I wanted to get into these tucked front lever rows, but when I did this first set, as I was actually doing the reps, I said there's no way. I knew my form was off, I knew my hips were dropping too low, and just my lats were way too fatigued from those pulls. Not easy, especially when the lats are already fatigued. It's a lot of core concentration. You gotta really focus on trying to keep the back as flat as possible. 2 more sets here, I'll take about 2 to 3 minute break. The fatigue in the lats right now, especially from those slow and controlled pulls, I have a lot of fatigue in the lats, right? And I was gonna get sloppy form on those tuck front lever pull-ups. So again, there's always a regression you guys could do, and you could always make a regression harder. So we're gonna go body weight rows now, again, slow and controlled. 15 to 20 reps a set. We're gonna take it's gonna be a long set because we're gonna go nice and tempo here, guys. Exercise like this, you can take it to failure. We already know that the form isn't going to have a breakdown because our feet are planted, right? So we just got to maintain that core stability, not let the hips sink, and you literally just focus on pulling those elbows back, almost an isolation exercise now for the back here, where you can really focus on, again, just rolling those elbows back, squeezing at the top, getting a full stretch, letting the scapula protract at the bottom, full range of motion here. 2 more sets. I'm not going to film them because it's going to make the video too long and boring. But again, short breaks, 90 seconds, falling in that 15 to 20 rep range. All right, guys, we ended the routine with some supinated grip, chin up isometrics. Again, this is to keep the elbows fresh, to keep the variety in the routine so, we don't cause overuse in the elbows or anything. And I was just going for 3 sets of about 10-second hold. On this 3rd set here, I was literally fried. I did a, maybe 8-second hold, came down, and then repped out as many as I can get. All right, guys, and that's a wrap for the bodyweight only back routine. Like I told you, it was vertical focus. We did 3 vertical pulling movements and only 1 horizontal vertical pulling exercise. But if you want a complete back routine, always incorporate, whether you're training back 2 times a week, you can do 1 full day of vertical, 1 full day of horizontal. You could blend them like you saw me do this week. Previously, we did 2 horizontal movements on our first back day. Now we did 3 vertical and 1 horizontal. Keep the balance in. That's how you get a complete and most well-rounded back, aesthetic back. That's how you're going to build the most muscle. And it's going to translate over, because remember, even though our main goal is pull-ups for a calisthenic athlete, training those horizontal pulling, it's only going to increase the muscles in the back that really don't get targeted when you're doing a vertical pull. And they're all going to work together, because remember, the back, regardless if you're doing a vertical pull or horizontal pull, all the back muscles work together. They're synergist muscles, so they complement each other. Just building a stronger back in general is going to translate over into all your pulling exercises. So we start with muscle ups, 3 sets, 4 sets of body weight pull-ups, slow and controlled, 3 sets of those horizontal rows, and then 2 sets of those isometric chins. Again, you only saw 1 set of the chins, 1 side of the rows. I didn't want the video to get too repetitive and too long. So like always, guys, you can use your body weight to build muscle. You just got to learn how to, modify the intensity to make things harder, make your body weight harder, to play off of those 2 modalities of muscle growth, muscle damage and metabolic stress, when the mechanical tension is not involved, right? So like always, guys, you have a question or comment, leave it in the comment section. I'll always get back to you guys. Like the video, it helps drag them out. Share with your friends and your family. If you ain't subscribed yet, you already know, guys. Smash that subscribe button. And like always, guys, peace out. BARNATURALS.
They all love to talk, they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.